Good afternoon. How are you? Nice to meet you. Are you a student or are you working? You are a student. Which field are you studying? You are studying in technical, non-technical. Which field are you studying? You are studying in general, like a arts, commerce, science. Which department are you studying? You are studying in arts, right? Okay. Which year are you studying? Okay, you are studying in final year, right? After that, what you wanna be, or which sector do you want to go? Government, private, or do you want to be an entrepreneur? What's your goal? Okay, you don't make any kind of goal, right? It's okay, no issue. After that, you will make your goal. Do you want to enhance your English language or do you want to just interact with the language learner? You want to enhance your English speaking, right? Okay. Then do you wanna talk with me any topic or do you want to talk with me in casual conversation? Do you prefer to discuss any topic? Okay. Then let's see. We don't waste our time because you are also language learner. I am also language learner. Then we take one topic. It is a better for us. At least we get chance to share our thought in front of anyone or in front of us, right? Because we get a time 10 to 15 minutes, right? Then it is a better because we have to enhance our fluency and we have to practice regularly. That's why we people depend in this kind of free platform. We both are Indian, right? And we don't have that kind of atmosphere surrounding us, and we can't talk anyone in English, right? India is a languages country. All state have different languages, right? And we always communicate with others in our mother tongue, right? Right now you are studying in arts stream. If you interact with your professor, which language do you interact with them? Obviously your mother tongue, right? And they also, when they teach you inside the classroom, they only speak in English, right? Outside of classroom they never talk with any student in English, right? That's why we depend in this kind of free platform to enhance our language. If we get speaking atmosphere, then why we people use in this kind of free platform, right? That's why we don't waste our time. We take one topic, it is a better, and we get our fluency and we build our confidence. What do you think about it? And that's why language always takes time. No one can get overnight, right? Then let's see, we discuss topic. Do you watch any tech talks or do you watch any kind of movie? What kind of activity do you take to enhance your language? We discuss this kind of stuff. What kind of activity do you take to enhance your language? That is a topic. What's your activity and how to enhance your language, because you are a language learner. After that I will tell my activity because I am a language learner, right? And you see, and if you go to YouTube video, if you go to Google, Facebook, Instagram, you get a thousand and thousand language trainer, tutor, and mentor. They teach freely, right? And they share their technique and formula. But sometimes we can't implement all technique while practicing, right? Because they share their technique and formula according to their weak point, how they did practice in language. They share their technique and formula. That technique and formula, it may not be applicable for us, right? And which technique applicable for us, we catch that technique and we try to implement while learning journey, right? Then apart from, we get so many atmosphere, right? Even though you see 30 years ago, that's when didn't have any kind of atmosphere, Android phone, internet, anything. People, they never get language partner to practice, right? They only got mirror and books, and they did themselves. They would means have done hard work with themselves, and they always depend books, they always depend copy pen, and they read, they write, and they practice in front of mirror. That technique right now old. People, they tell that technique is old. I also feel mirror practice is old, but that practice also good for, means if right now you are a student, if you want to appear any kind of competitive exam or any kind of interview, that's when that technique is better, because you go in front of mirror and you means tell about your introduction, how you present your introduction in front of examiner. You have to practice. My name is Kapil. I completed my graduation. I am hard worker, and I like reading book, and I like playing football, and this kind of introduction part you practice in front of mirror, right? But 30 years ago, that kind of technique language learner, they took, they implemented in their learning journey. They are good speaker. Right now they are good speaker, excellent speaker, right? But right now we got all kind of atmosphere. Right now we are practicing each other, we don't know each other. I am a stranger for you, you are a stranger for me, right? But I don't know your native language, you don't know my native language, but we are still talking each other, right? And language is a bridge. But 30 years ago, they never talk with anyone and practice with anyone. They practice with themselves. That technique is a strong. Reading, writing also is a good technique. They, whatever they read from book, they wrote on their copy, right? And they practiced in front of mirror. But right now we got a so many technique and formula. Language learner or language trainer, guider, tutor, they discover, they invention so many technique and formula according to their knowledge, right? And they share, but we never implement that technique and formula while learning journey. That's why we are struggling to speak good English, right? Because we always focus only speaking and listening. Right now I am talking with you, I am speaking and you are listening, right? But we don't like reading and writing. Then if people who are learner, they don't like reading and writing, they definitely will take time to enhance their language. Because if you like reading, definitely you develop your vocabulary. And if you write, if you like writing, definitely you are good speaker. With, you can speak correct, sentence with grammar. That is true. And your mind make a good sentences with grammar. And writing correct your grammar, writing correct your sentences, writing trend your mind. And because while writing you follow discipline and you consistency and you force your mind to think about that sentences, right? Then you can write with grammar. Then that's why we have to focus also reading writing. Still we are struggling to speak good English. We got a so many technology, we get a so many language partner, right? If you come online, you get so many language partner and you interact with them, you discuss with them, you know about that person, culture, food, atmosphere, personal life, professional life, right? But people, sometimes people, they don't want to take topic to discuss. That is also big issue, right? Because we have to also focus this kind of thing, but we can't do it this kind of thing. That is also big issue. Then we should focus also that kind of stuff. That's why people, even though if you practice regularly with anyone, they provide a means, but we have to practice new people. That is also good, right? because because if you interact with a new person, then definitely you can learn so many things, right? And you can ask their technique and formula. That is also better. But we can't do it, right? And we always miss hesitate to take topic to discuss. We always miss tell I don't have knowledge about technique and formula, right? That's why we are struggle to speak good English. But we have to don't do this kind of stuff, right? We have to practice all kind of means, reading, writing, listening, speaking, and so many things. Even though if you watch any YouTube video, you get so many technique and formula, you can implement the technique and formula while learning journey. No need any kind of language partner, right? But sometimes we feel bored, because if you have means, if you always do practice with yourself, you if you make mistake while talking with yourself, then no one correct your mistake, right? And you practice wrongly and you practice wrong sentences, no one can correct your mistake, right? Then that's why we need means this kind of means language learner. Then that people maybe correct your mistake, tell you you hesitate this part, or you don't have knowledge about grammar, you have to develop your vocabulary, you have to focus consistency about your grammar, or so many things they tell you. Then we have to accept their advice and we have to implement their advice through learning journey, right? But we always think if someone appreciate us, you are a good speaker and you are a fluent speaker, then we feel, wow, I'm a good speaker, I'm a fluent speaker, right? But we have to also tell them to give feedback. Feedback is a mandatory, because feedback, if where you make mistake, they give you that feedback. Okay, you are a good speaker, but while making sentences you take time and you have to improve that kind of part, then it is a better. Then we accept their advice. Sometimes we always think, no, that person tell you demotivate you, then we think, okay, that person demotivate me, I am a good speaker. We don't worry about that. We have to focus also this kind of, right? Then I like always feedback, I don't like appreciate. Someone appreciate you, then you don't know where you are weak. If someone give you feedback, then you try to improve yourself, you try to focus before interacting with the language learner, because someone they demotivate you, then you have to focus that part. Okay, someone told me I don't have fluency, and someone tell you you speak means loudly, and you always speak means speedily, you have to speak slowly. Someone tell you, someone advise you, then we have to focus this kind of part also, right? That's why feedback is important than appreciate. If I appreciate you, then that is a baseless, that is not work. I want to only just appreciate you. I means appreciation also required, I'm not telling that is not required, appreciation also required, because without motivation we can't grow our language, it is also required. But we have to focus also feedback. Before talking with anyone, if you tell them, if I make mistake you correct my mistake, then definitely that person, if he or she is a fluent speaker and he or she has deep knowledge about language, definitely they correct your mistake and they suggest you, they give advice, then we have to accept, right? Some people, if you, some people they tell, how much percentage do you give me? Right now I talk with you, people ask me also this kind of, if I tell them I will give you 7 out of 10, then they disconnect the call. If you tell them, okay I will give you 10 to 10%, then they happy and they talk long time. Means they don't want to ready to accept feedback, they ready to accept only appreciation. Then we have to enhance our language, then we have to ready to accept demotivation also and motivation also, right? Because if someone tell you are not a good speaker, then we don't worry about that. We tell them, that's why I want to enhance my English language and I want to practice here, I want to be a good speaker, because I don't have any kind of atmosphere to interact with anyone in 24 hours in English. That's why we people depend in this kind of free platform. Then we have to means happily accept their means demotivation sentence, but we don't ready, right? That's why we have to train our mind and we have to learn, right? Then that is a better. Then what about your technique and formula? Okay, I will tell. Yeah, I follow reading, writing, listening, speaking, and thinking regularly simultaneously. I read daily 1 or 2 page book before going to bed. I write 1 to 3 page daily, whatever I do morning to evening. Right now I'm talking with you, I write 1 or 2 pages according to my thought, right? I make that kind of sentences. I met Kopil. He is from Uttarakhand. He is a student in +3 final year. He wants to learn language and he practice daily English language. He doesn't have any kind of language partner and he doesn't have any kind of atmosphere around him. That's why he depends in this kind of free platform, and we discuss so many matters about language. And this kind of I make sentences, I can write 1 or 2 pages daily. Whatever I do morning to evening I write, right? That is no need to write any books knowledge and book story. You write your story, what you do daily. If you meet, if you fight with anyone, then you write. If you watch any movie, you write on your words. If you listening any music, you write on your word. If you like any cricketer and you watch any video, YouTube video, his personal and professional life, you write on your words 1 or 2 pages, right? Then if you if you have a good friend, best friend, you write about him 1 page and 2 pages. Then you can, we get a so many things, but we don't ready to do, right? We always think, if I meet any kind of language partner and I talk with them, that's all, right? We take only two technique, listening and speaking, but we never get always right. We have to practice regularly on our way. We create one technique and formula, we discover one technique and formula, right? And we have to know where we are weak, right? Because you are good listener and you are good speaker, or you don't like reading writing, then you have to improve also reading writing. Then you consciously unconsciously develop or enhance your English speaking also. Writing also helps to speaking good English, right? Reading also. That's why we have to focus this kind of. I also sometime I watch YouTube video how to motivate ourselves. I watch any kind of writing, how to improve writing, how to develop listening, how to means build confidence, how to motivation daily. And I watch this kind of, I motivate myself. I don't worry about this kind of, because I'm a language learner. I know language always takes time. No one can get overnight. Everyone, they do hard work, right? And even though you see who are good speaker, they would have done hard work, definitely. That's why they are good speaker. They can develop their vocabulary, grammar, idiom, phrasal verb. They are good speaker, fluent speaker. They attract other, they impress other. They go to stage and they deliver their thought, speech 1 hour, half an hour. Because why they can do it? They are also human being like us, because they did hard work. That is only simple technique. But we don't ready to do hard work. We always take a means simple technique, right? That is a big issue for us. That's why we have to focus reading, writing, listening, speaking and thinking. Even though you see illiterate people, they can also speak good English. Their accent is like a foreigner, right? Because they got a atmosphere. But we never get atmosphere with whom we talk and where we listen, right? We don't have atmosphere, we don't have language partner. That's why we depend in this kind of free platform. We don't waste our time. At least we, if we meet any kind of language partner, at least we can talk any topic and we discuss any kind of topic. It is better for us. What do you think about it? Because you are a student, you want to enhance your language, that is a good. But you have to do simultaneously this kind of 5 pillars regularly. Then definitely you become a good speaker, no doubt. Anyone become a good speaker, because we are living in non-native speaker country and English is our second language, right? And we have to do practice regularly. Even though you see foreigner, their native language, they have a one culture, one language, right? But they are polyglot. They ready to learn so many countries language, right? Even though you, if you speak with them in Hindi, they can learn Hindi also. Germany, they can learn so many languages, right? 20 or 15 languages. They are polyglot, right? But we are Indian. India is a languages country. All state have different languages. At least we can speak 3 or 4 languages as a Indian, right? Then we can't do it, and we are struggling to speak English language. But foreigner, they have a one culture, one language, but they are polyglot. They do hard work. They know their technique and formula how to enhance the language. That's why they can learn easily, right? Then if you get chance, then you watch also polyglot means YouTube video how they learn language. I watch also that kind of YouTube video, because you get technique and formula. Because they learn so many languages, 10 or 15 languages. They implement their technique and formula. Then we know their technique and formula. Maybe that technique and formula applicable for us, right? Then we can do it this kind of. It is my technique. Nothing, any kind of technique. Practice, practice, practice. That is, and self-help. You help yourself, no one help you. You have to do hard work. Whatever you join any kind of institute or any language institute, that trainer give you only technique and formula. You have to implement. And classroom, knowledge language only 20% required. Outside of classroom we have to practice 80%. It is a true. Yeah, I believe. But what you think about you, I don't know. But you tell about your story. How do you, what kind of activity do you take to enhance your language, and how much time do you invest with language per day, or with whom you interact regularly, or this kind of means do you watch YouTube video? Then you can tell about your miss learning journey.